Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Irate Playhouse, and this is Kris giving you a review on Street Fighter V. Now, this game has come over to a lot of controversy as it comes out. Some people don't like it because it has a little bit of content. Some people love it because it has great gameplay. Well, I'm here to give you guys my opinion on the game. First thing you'll notice as soon as you turn on this game is it has amazing music. It is the type of music that you want to hear when you go into a fighting game. It gets you pumped, you want to throw some fists, you want to play some Street Fighter, you know it. This music is what a fighting game should totally have. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that Capcom says that this is going to be the only version of Street Fighter we are going to get. There's just going to be a bunch of great updates to make this game better and better. Unlike the last version of Street Fighter, where we had to deal with, Ultra Street Fighter, Omega Street Fighter Arcade Edition. No one enjoys to have to pay for all those. So this is the only version of Street Fighter V you're going to get with a bunch of great updates. Another thing I want to talk about is the graphics. The graphics are a huge improvement from the last game. This game looks absolutely gorgeous when you are playing it. 60 frames per second. I've never had any issues with the frame rate going down. It is a smooth, beautiful game. I mean, just look at all the detail you have in the background. This is the best looking Street Fighter to date. And I'll talk about how the game runs online. We have really good, network connection. A lot of games nowadays have to deal with 2 or 3 days where the servers are down and stuff like that. But this game, I gotta commend Capcom for just taking the initiative and just, working on it right away. The second day, I was already running and finding matches nice and easy. That's not an easy thing to do. A lot of games today struggle with that. So to Capcom's, credit, great job. You guys really took care of that. And next thing I want to say is that all the DLC fighters, there is a season pass for $29.99, and you don't necessarily have to buy the season pass. You could actually earn all these characters by just simply playing the game. You could just play the game, earn in-game money, and there you go. You can just buy them. I'm sure it's going to be a little expensive and it'll take some time, but the option is there for anyone who doesn't feel like buying, a season pass. And another great thing about this game is that if you're a casual fighter like me, I'm not a hardcore fighter, I play these games just to have fun. This game is much easier to go into. You can just go in, press a few buttons, and there you go. You'll be having a really fun time and doing all kinds of crazy moves and stuff. Unlike what, previous Street Fighters were, where you had to be really super technical about all the moves you're doing. And, it could get kind of intimidating when you see all the people who are insanely good at this game. So, if you're a casual fighter, this game is the greatest game to start off with. It was super easy for me to get into, and, it's good. You want to have the casuals be able to come in and play the games so that the community can just stay alive. The last thing you want is for them to get intimidated from all the hardcore people playing and stuff like that. And now, let's talk about the things that are not so great. The roster is 16 players. Is that necessarily a bad thing? I think it deserves at least 20, but with 16 players, it at least gives you the feeling of each character being unique and feeling very different from one another. But yes, the roster is a little small. And at launch, there was a lack of content because, we didn't have a story mode, we didn't have arcade and stuff like that. We didn't have all the typical things that you would expect from a fighting game. Hell, the battle lounge only could have one other person with you. So that was a bit of an issue. But the bright side is we are getting all those things free in an update. And also, I know it has a little bit of content, but this game is just fun overall to play. It is a great fighting game, and I think if you have never played the Street Fighter franchise before, this is a great time to start. And if I had to make another gripe, I would have to say that, when you win a match, it does feel a little stingy with the amount of money you get. You're only getting 50 money for winning a match when you should get at least maybe 100 to 200. But that's just a little nitpick. That's just how I feel about it. But overall, this game is a really good game. I enjoy it a lot, but I have to take points off of the fact that it did launch with very little content out there, guys. We wanted to see a little bit more. It's great that you guys are giving us, free updates and stuff, and you're adding all this stuff for free. That's great, but this game needs a little bit more content in there, and for that, That's why I sadly have to give this game a B for being a really fun fighting game for casuals to jump in, have a good time, and, you know, not feel too intimidated. But the lack of modes and, you know, the small roster and stuff like that, that's what holds it back from being the A I know it deserves. So at the end of the day, Street Fighter V gets a B from me. I hope you guys enjoyed my first review. I'm really excited to do this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, Street Fighter V definitely gets a B for me. This is Chris signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video.